Yeah, it's my fiend Frankie. Yeah. I gotta put my glasses back on. Where are my glasses at? Oh, they're in my pocket right down there. Put my glasses back on. Because, you know, then everything's focused. But you didn't see that was Frankie, and there's my fiend Bela. That's Bela. Bela Lugosi. Dracula. That's from Return of the Vampire. Yeah, that's when he was counting. No, that's Mark of the Vampire, because he's got the wound on the side of his head right there. See right there? See, that's a scar right there. That's from Mark of the Vampire. That's where that one had, what's her name? Luna? The character named Luna. Barbara, I forget. Barbara Urquhart? What? Well, the one that co-starred, the woman that co-starred with Bela Lugosi, I met her at Famous Monsters Convention '93 at the big 35th World Con of Famous Monsters of Filmland. I met her, Carol Borland. I got her autograph, but she had arthritis, so she could only sign one. So, but she signed my Famous Monsters issue 200 with Forey on the cover, and John Agar. The first guy I met there was John Agar, and then I met Dwight David Fry, son of Fritz, son of Renfield. Dwight Fry, yeah. Oh, and by the way, here I am, some of my other monster pictures right there. There's Charles Ogle and his greatest role ever, Frankenstein 1910. The 1910 version of Frankenstein, produced by Thomas Alva Edison. And there's, yeah, a really cool movie, 20 Million Miles to Earth, my favorite Ray Harryhausen movie. With special effects by Ray Harryhausen, whom I met at Monster Bash 98. Yeah. And there's Kong, there's King Kong. There's my movie Devilland. My art by me, it's my Devilland poster. And here's my fiends at WGN. This guy interviews me, Larry Potash, every year on WGN Morning News. And there's a card my friend Patrick Janis made for me. It says, "Love is, you can forgive." There's a guy, because he wanted me, because me and my girlfriend had a disagreement, and he says, you know, he made that card, and I think he told me I should give that to my girlfriend or something, you know, to cheer her up. Because, you know, forgive your girlfriend. Patrick Janis, good guy. I met him in Milwaukee. West Dallas, Wisconsin. I don't know what happened to him, but I was friends with him back when I was in Bible college. But see, and we used to watch Elvira on late night Saturday, and then we watched Kung Fu Theater at 1 a.m. We'd stay up till like 3 a.m. And then in the morning, I couldn't get up. I had a hard time getting up, so their dog would run in, their poodle, and it'd start licking my face. And it woke me up. So anyway, back to what I was saying. But I was talking about, yeah. But anyway, you know, I won this poster because from Monster John in Chicago, because he asked, what movie was Alien based on? And right away I said, yeah, It, the Terror from Beyond Space. So yeah, I won the poster. And there's my boxing hero, Smoking Joe Frazier right there. I met him 3 times. I was at his gym, and then I did this Jesus poster in Art 4 class. You can see right down there, see it, Dave Nelson, Art 4. That was in 1974 to 1975. Supposed to be Jesus with the wounds in his hands, you know. And he's coming out of the tomb. But he looks more like Joseph in his Technicolor dream coat, you know. So, you know, pretty cool, huh? And then It's a Wonderful Life. I see that free every year at the Park Ridge Pickwick Theater. And Martin Luther King, that's another great man. I got this in McDonald's. He was a man with principles. That's my old, from the year 2000. It was in honor of Martin Luther King. And then you have a bunch of videos down. Here's a really cool one. Hand of Death. John Agar's greatest role ever. Actually, Zontar, the thing from Venus, which I also have. I got that down here somewhere. Here we go. Here, It's Alive. That's another Larry Buchanan movie, who also did Zontar with you know, this guy, Tommy Kirk, and his greatest role ever. He goes, it couldn't be, but it's alive! You know, his favorite line, his most famous line ever is, it's alive! Yeah, he says that in the movie. And then, you know, down here's Dead Men's Eyes. You know, it's kind of like the German version of Tor Johnson. Here's one called The Face of Terror. You know, here we go, Teenage Zombies. I love that. Don Sullivan in his greatest role ever. Well, not actually. John Gila Monster was in Monster of Piedras Blancas. Here you go. Here's some other Larry Buchanan movies. The Eye Creatures. See, I'm big on Larry Buchanan. And, you know, Roger Corman movies, you know. And, of course, over here I got a really good one. Frankenstein versus Dracula versus Frankenstein. Gorgo, Night of the Blood Beast, Roger Corman. Will the real Gigantor please stand up? Oh, yeah, that's a classic. I got this for $5 at Venture when I used to work at Venture. Will the real Gigantor stand up? Dun, dun, dun. Gigantor, 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 the space age robot. He's at your command, Gigantor, the space age robot. His power is in your hands. Bigger than big, taller than tall. Bigger than big, taller than tall. Ready to fight for right against all. Gigantor, Gigantor, Gigantor. Dun-dun-dun-dun. You know, you seen that movie about the giant robot? It's based on this. The kid with the remote control. It's based on Gigantor, man. It's based on Gigantor. Will the real Gigantor stand up? 2 Gigantors. Professor Envy and extract duplicate of Gigantor to destroy the real one. But the real Gigantor is too tough for him. Go Gigantor. Gigantor's a hero, man. I love Gigantor. I used to watch it after school, 3:30. On Fraser Thomas, on Garfield Goose and Friends. WGN. And over here you see Samson versus the Vampire Woman. You got the Samson versus the Vampire Woman over here, man. Look at this right there. I hosted that at Monster Bash. 99. Curse the Faceless Man. And when I hosted Samson versus the Vampire Woman, when I hosted this, Forey was in the audience at 1 a.m. Monster Bash 99. Forey was in the audience. And I introduced Samson versus the Vampire Woman. I got video of me hosting. You can see Forey out in the audience, man. He's like a big... And when they showed Dracula versus Frankenstein at the 1993 Famous Monsters of Filmland Worldcon, the big 35th convention over in Arlington, Virginia, at the Crystal City, Sheridan, Forey was there at 1 a.m. They were showing movie. They had like 3 movie rooms. You could take a pick. I wanted to see Dracula versus Frankenstein. I go in there. They showed it on 16 millimeter or whatever, 35 millimeter, and Forey was there watching it. His legs crossed, smiling, and I was right behind him, sitting way in the back. And Forey's smiling, enjoying the whole thing, and I was sitting right behind him during the movie. And you know, he's in this movie, his greatest role ever. He gets beaten up by Big John Bloom as the monster. You know, this is a great movie. Al Adamson's greatest movie, and they'll say this was more successful than all their movies. It was supposed to be different titles. It was supposed to be called the Blood something. But anyway, by the way, it was originally written by this man right here, and I got the book right here. Where is my book? Right here. On the Cheap by Graydon Clark. Graydon Clark actually wrote the original script, but it wasn't called Dracula versus Frankenstein. It had another title. This is a book I bought from him for 29 bucks on the cheap. And there's a chapter on Dracula versus Frankenstein, The Blood Seekers. See, it was really March of 69, The Blood Seekers. And so that's what it was originally going to be, but Al Adamson added scenes, and they changed the title of Dracula vs. Frankenstein, so it didn't follow Graydon Clark's script exactly, so it became another movie. But anyway, and then here we go. There you go, monster cookies right here. I got these monster cookies down here, right there, from 1993. Remember these? Yeah. Yeah, there's a Universal Monsters. Those are the best ones. And over here is a Dracula mask, and here's a wig that I wear when I play Rockseller. I play the Mad Doctor and Miss Werewolf. I go, yeah, this is a Mad Doctor, yeah. It looks like human blood. And it's got wolf plasma in it. It's werewolf blood. Yeah. Because it shows me tasting the blood, but really it's ketchup. And I taste it. I go, yeah, that's nasty. It tastes like it's from a female werewolf. I'm doing like a taste test in Miss World. You know, it's my movie. I can do it any way I want. But in real life, don't drink animal blood. Don't drink blood off the ground. It's ketchup. I was just ketchup. It was for fun. In real life, kids don't do that at home. You don't. The blood is dangerous. It's like biohazard. You don't want to share blood. Don't be drinking another person's blood thinking you're a vampire. That's not what Dracula did. Dracula sucked that out. You don't just say, oh, I had somebody's blood, so I'm a vampire. That's like me having a bloody steak, a rare steak, and, oh, I'm a vampire because I drank blood, the red juice from the steak, that's got the blood in it. That doesn't make me a vampire. But I do like rare steaks, but I like them grilled, cooked on the outside, grilled. But I like them rare or medium rare because they're more tender. Okay, and there we go. There you go. There you go. There's An Evening with Dave Rock Nelson. at the Mausoleum of Contemporary Art, Saturday, April 23rd, 2016. You know, there's Greg Osmek as the werewolf in his greatest role ever. That's the guy that named me The Rock, the one that played werewolf in my Werewolf vs. Dracula movie, 1992. I filmed that in 3.5 hours. It was 92 degrees. We were sweating. I was Dracula. Greg was the werewolf. And we shot that in like 3 hours and a half, 3.5 hours. He goes, do my scenes first. Do my scenes first. I'm sweating under this thing. You know, he's wearing the werewolf mask. The werewolf mask, there it is right there. That's the werewolf mask that he wore. That's the same mask used in Conrad Brooks vs. Werewolf a year later. You know, the face came out, you can see, because of dry rot. But that was used in all my movies. Werewolf and the Witch. Then I had to get a new one. But anyway, so we filmed that. So anyway, here's the other werewolf mask. And that's starting to get dry rot, too. So I made a Bigfoot movie. I used this as a Bigfoot mask in my Bigfoot Runs Amok movie, which I just finished. And Sean Coleman plays the Bigfoot, but I had to double for him in some scene. I got a little, here's the cover for it. Bigfoot Runs Amok. Yeah. This is for John Goldstein. Yeah, that's my drawing of Big. Only 20 stinking bucks. I'm wearing my Svengoolie shirt. You know, that's one of my new movies there. But anyway, down here's an 8mm movie. You know, I got a 8mm of Smoking Joe Frazier versus Jerry Quarry. Ali versus Frazier, the first fight in color. It's like a 15-minute reel from 1971 1972, because they fought March 8th, 1971, and that's when Joe Frazier became my hero. That's why I got this poster of him for $2 in the mail back in 1972 after he beat Ali. He's wearing those same green trunks he whooped Ali in. Well, here's a baseball film here. That's Pete, 1970 All-Star. I just got highlights of Joe Frazier's fights. See, that's the one I got, Ali versus Frazier. I got that down here. I also got Quarry versus Frazier, Jerry Quarry, both fights. Yeah, George Chuvalo versus Smoking Joe. And then I got George Foreman versus Frazier, the first fight, because they had 2 fights. And there's some of my films down here. There's Sinclair Dinoland Dinosaur, but that's from the Field Museum of Chicago, Field Museum of Natural History. There's the Wolfman, Glow-in-the-Dark Frankie, Mummy. And there's a creature around. There's the creature. I got those at Uncle Fun for like $2. Those are replicas of the Marx figure. There's the glow-in-the-dark one. I got that one at Toys R Us, like in 91. And there's Teenage Werewolf, Michael Landon attacking Dawn Richards. There's a witch mask I got for $1 at Uncle Fun. There's a devil mask I got at Walgreens for $1. There's a little robot I got at Uncle Fun, a little Godzilla. There's a the Gila monster that you wind up and crawls in my Demon Monster from Outer Space. There's one of the werewolf's ears from my werewolf mask over there. There's my King Kong bank. There's my Cyclops I made in 7th grade. There's a creature from Black Lagoon. It came from outer space, double bill 3D. I got that poster free from my fiend, Mark Paul Vincent Stellick in Milwaukee. And I got so much stuff, you know, videos like crazy. More of it, you know, I got all the Mummy movies, the Creature movies. I Was a Teenage Mummy by Christopher Frieri. There's the movie Ape. This is a fun one. Oh, it is a fun one. You know, it's Ape tonight. I like the guy that plays the Colonel. They play that music and he goes, "Yes, sir. Yes, General. Yes." And he goes, you know, I like the way he answers the phone. You know, yeah, it's just funny. The guy who plays the General's funny. So I added Marine Corps footage to my movies, and that movie kind of inspired me when I did my Devil Ant 3. So I kind of imitated that General from Ape. But I added real scenes that I shot in the Marines that I filmed in the Marine Corps. I've got 80 reels of film in the Marines. Because I'm the only one in my whole company, probably the only one in the whole regiment that had a movie camera, that carried it with him in his backpack. Nobody else is filming movies, just me. I did it because I wanted to. And look, and now I use that footage in my movies. It looks like the Marines are battling the Devil Ant. And Devil Ant 3, Son of Devil Ant. I finished that in 2016. And then I did Dinosaur Woman 2017. I did Bigfoot Runs Amok in 2016. In 2015, I did Fishman. And in 2011, I did Giant Horny Toad Monster. And you see the Palmer figures. There's a Dracula, the werewolf. There's the one I had when I was a kid. But I got this one from Monster John from the Time Tunnel. He sold me that for about $15. I got Dracula for about 15 or 20 bucks. Cyclops, he sold me that for like 12 bucks. There's the Kong. He used to have a little girl you could stick in his hand, but this is the remake, from 1964 remake when he didn't have the girl. They used to have a little girl in the early edition. I got a big bag of them on my 8th birthday. when we moved to the haunted house in Park Ridge, Illinois. It was a haunted house. I heard noises there at night. I hear like footsteps up there. But you know, there's another gorilla, looks like Kong, and creature, wind-up Kong right there, right behind this. See, it's a wind-up Kong. Man Cow's Morning Mad, Amling's Haunted House, Brave Heart Award, you know. There's the Joker credit card, fake credit card. There's a fake doll. There's a, like, you know, that money, that fake money they got over there in Singapore, over there in Asia, you know. It's supposed to bring back the dead, you know. And there's like a fake eyeball. Famous Monsters pin. A brain from the Beef Fest that I go to every year. And this, see, is autographed by me. This one was used in my movie Gator Gale, coming soon. There's the Aurora model kit Frankenstein. There's the Frankenstein, a Wolfman, a creature. You know, and there's a poster of me. There and me as a mummy. They showed it at Cigars and Stripes in Berwyn, Illinois. It was in 2006. They had a Dave Rock Nelson Film Fest. $2 Miller pints. Because watching monster movies late at night, you know, when you're at, it's a bar, you know, they want you to have a good time. Oh, and here's a poster. Look, Hypnovista. Yeah, Ed Wood's Bride and the Beast. There's a skull I bought, you know, for like $2. I got that from my fiend Terry Murray in Milwaukee back in '91 when Bush Patrick was at a Sci-Fi Fest. There's Three Stooges, knock, 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 you know. There's a Noid right there. And then here's a sermon I used to preach. I was going to be a pastor. See, that man's philosophy versus God's word. Colossians 2:8. David Nelson, evangelist. December 30th, 83. Yeah, I preached the sermon, man. And then here's my former business card. David Nelson, evangelist. Guest speaker, revival me, winning lost souls to Christ. That was my old address. I'm not there anymore. Oh, and here's a picture now with Richard Cale. You know, squeezing my face. Oh, yeah. And there's Janet sitting there. Look at that. Look at that face, Janet. She's having a good time watching us. And this guy's likes it too. Yeah, okay. So anyway, okay, that's enough. I got to introduce the stinking movie now. Oh, down here, by the way, down here, there's my one of my Svengoolie shirts. There's my original Devil Ant. There's another Devil Ant I attacked Roger Corman with. And there's another Devil Ant my gardener found in my backyard when I lost it. And here's a Devil Ant some guy actually sold. They actually sold these Devil Ants. Look at it. It says, David Rock Nelson presents Devil Ant. It's scary, only 29 cents. See, it's got my. See, it's actually sold these Devil Ants. This guy made just for fun, you know. The Ed Wood of our time. Psychotronic.info / it's only a movie / rock. Because they have a page on me there. At psychotronic.info, then they have a Dave Rock Nelson page. Here's a B-Fest poster by our good fiend Mitch O'Connell for the B-Fest 99. And then, you know, there's a yellow one. It's a robot monster with a Vampira. And, you know, and over here, you know, and here's more of his posters right here. More of Mitch's posters right here. See, there's B-Fest 2016. You know, that's a good one. Here's the recent one, B-Fest 2018. Oh, yeah, she's hot. Vampira looks hot. Yeah, look at her. She's a bad girl. She's got her guns, got a picture of Tor. Orgy of the Dead book. Yeah, oh, man, she's hot. You know, he draws these sexy vampire ladies, you know. Yeah. So, you know, and here's a shirt that says, come to Frankie's. Come to Frankie's right there. Look at that. Frankie's Barber Shop. Come alive in his chair. Come alive in his chair. He'll charge you up. He's going to charge you up. Revitalize you. Frankie, yeah. Okay. So, okay, and here's an autograph poster from Graydon Clark right there, who was in Dracula vs. Frankenstein. He played Strange. He wrote the original script, Bloodseekers, but they changed it. Al Adamson changed it to Dracula vs. Frankenstein and added new scenes. But there you see, that's a poster of Graydon Clark's movie he directed, The Uninvited, with a cat. Yeah, and it's got George Kennedy in it. See, and then there, you know, there's George Kennedy from Airport, you know. I'm going to get this thing off the ground. He got that big stogie in his mouth. Yeah, I'm gonna get this thing off the ground, you know. Airport's got, you know, Robert Stack in it, Elliot Ness, my boyhood hero. And, no, Robert Stack was in Airplane, I think. Yeah, the spoof. Airport had, you know, Burt Lancaster, who took pictures of the Frazier-Ali fight. Him and he interviewed Frazier and Ali before the fight. Yeah, I'm a big boxing fan. That's why I got into boxing, because of Joe Frazier over there. I wanted to be the white Joe Frazier. And there's a Wolfman mask I got from Ken Kramer from Zenal Zombie Hut. There's a hanging skeleton. I got that Uncle Fun. I got that Uncle Fun. I got that Uncle Fun, the weirdo guy. There you see my Cyclops again. I made in 7th grade. 1969, 1970. There's Glenn Strange, my favorite Frankenstein. I love Ghost. Richard Crowe, Ghost Hunter. His supernatural tours. There's Frankenstein. There's the mummies. There's my teenage Frankenstein I drew. So, hit his Sunbeam autograph poster to me to Dave Rock Nelson from Kevin McCarthy. There's an enlargement of a Spook Stories monster card. Remember Spook Stories cards? Yeah. And then there's a Frankenstein I made when I was in Bible college. I hung it in my dorm number 2 window. And there's the Dracula I made. I hung in the window for Halloween. And speaking of monster cards, you guys got to see this. I got some monster cards right here. Right in here, right behind these little skeletons. See, I got the mini one. There's the mini ones. How come? Why can't I enter the beauty contest? The She Creature by Paul Blaisdell made the suit. And, you know, because he was good friends with Bob Burns, who helped him out. And Monster Lass, see, that was 1962 Monster Lass. First Beast, I finally stopped my roommate from biting his nails. Second Beast, how? I made him wear shoes. Okay. Oh, biting his toenail. There's another She Creature one. There you go. From the mini cards. I stayed in my bath too long. The She Creature. Paul Blaisdell made that suit. Monster Lass. First Beast. I'm losing a lot of chickens lately. Second Beast. Really? What's eating them? First Beast. Me. So, they got the Invasion of the Saucer Men on there, There's the Invasion of the Saucer Men. Down here, there's Conga. There's a Conga down here. There we go, Conga. Gosh, it's past my bedtime. And then there's another one. This is where Conga breaks in. I'll crash this party. And I got, Spook Stories cards in here, too, man. I got all kinds of monster cards here. There you see the cards from Scary Monsters that Dennis Truck-Tennis I got from Dennis Truck-Tennis for about $5. These were from those are Universal. Excuse me, those are Universal Monsters. There's a little box I got when I was in the Philippines. There's my Brute. There's a Pez dispenser. Little walking skeleton buddy. There's me boxing. It's from 1988 Golden Gloves. That's me. Those muscles. I still got. Here's a wrestling photo of me when I beat this guy 6-5. I beat Caputo. Yeah, see, I was a 126 pounder, and man, I had muscles. I lifted weights a lot. You can see I'm real happy, man. Maranatha Baptist Bible. That was in the Snake. There's a cross to keep away vampires. I got that on Palm Sunday. And then, there's autographed by Sam Sherman and, autographed by Al Adamson there, just to mark the vampire, my fiend. There's a copy of it, And there's a real autograph. That's autographed by Sam Sherman. And it's also autographed by Al Adamson, too. But, Frankenstein's Bloody Terror, Dracula vs. Frankenstein, Horror of the Blood Monsters. Horror of the Blood Monsters. That's Brother Theodore. And there's Strange Universe poster, because I was one of the 5 finalists in Strange Universe, Strangest Person in America contest, which I should have won. It was rigged. I should have won. And there's the DVD cover for the Rock Edward of the 21st Century documentary by November Fire. That's me in the middle there. That's my mug. There's a Monster Bash 2012 DVD. And there's I Was a Teenage Mummy by Christopher Friere. It's a good video. I got that on video down here. It's a good movie. And I got a autographed copy down here. Conrad Brooks autographed copy of Beast of Yucca Flats. To rock, my pal. Conrad Brooks, 7393. July 31st, 93. He gave me that Fanix 7 in Baltimore. Gary Spala and those guys. They have the Fanix conventions. I used to go to those. There's a B-Fest shirt. B-Fest 2009. I got so much stuff, man. I can't, I don't have time to show it all. See, there's a House of Dracula card. See, remember these monster cards. And over here I got more. Here we go. There's the Vampire Gal. That's Sandra Harrison in her greatest role ever, Blood of Dracula. That's a monster lab. I got some dentist, it says. And on the back you see the joke. Teacher, Igor, how come you're late today for class? Igor, I'm not late. The class started before I got here. That's what you tell. And you know, I got a teenage Frankenstein. Hey, you're my new girlfriend. My new girlfriend. Oh, this is Big Eddie Carmel in his greatest role ever. Is the monster in the brain that wouldn't die. Oh, he's hideous. Carrying away that beautiful babe. Wow. Lucky guy. I fished her out of my glass of water. Yeah, you lucky guy. He didn't waste any time, and she doesn't waste any time. Here we go. Monster laughs. First monster, when do you work the hardest? Before breakfast. What do you do? Yeah. First monster, when do you work the hardest? Second monster, before breakfast. First monster, what do you do? Second monster, try to get out of bed. Yeah. Those are, and you know, I got Reptilicus here. There's Reptilicus. Flying is a modern way to travel. You know, and here's the monster. Here's the spook stories. These were the first ones. Came out in '61, man. Right there, Frankenstein. That's Boris Karloff with the little girl. They look like they're friends. I'm in first grade too. Spook stories. Question: what lives in a tomb but sometimes takes a fly? Answer: a spider. You know, and there you go. There you go. There's Oliver Reed in his greatest role ever. His hairiest role ever. Darling, where is my tie? You know, in here. Question, how do you stop a ghost? Answer, step on his sheet. You know, here's the one. Henry Hull is the werewolf of London. Oh, yeah. I brush after every meal. Question, what do ghosts eat for breakfast? Answer, ghost toasties and evaporated milk. Woo, yeah. Anyway, oh, and there's a Frankenstein one. Glenn Strange. Yeah, but you should see the other guy here. Boris Karloff. Here we go. Trick or Treat. Yeah, that's the one that I got on my door right there. That is Boris Karloff's greatest picture. You know, and you got the one of the Wolf Man there. You know, this. Oh, Monster on the Campus. Monster on the Campus, man. That's a cool monster. I said spoon, not swoon. There we go. Definition: a spook's breakfast: scrambled eggs burned to ghost, witch's brew with scream. You know, so you know. Oh, if anybody can tell me who is this monster, it's not Monster on the Campus. It's like, and that's not Dinosaurus. It looks kind of like it, but it's different. I think we dug too deep. Anybody know the name of this movie? I've been trying to find out the name of that movie. It's not Neanderthal Man. It's not Monster on the Campus. You just saw the Monster on the Campus. That's him. So this is not him. That's not Neanderthal Man. That's not him. Spook stories. Why is George Washington ghost always standing? Because he never lies. Yeah, George Washington never lied. So, you know, Herbert Lom, Phantom of the Opera. That's the first Phantom movie I saw. You said if I had talent, looks don't count. Question, what is a ghost's favorite food? Goulash. Yeah, so, you know. Now, this was the first Spook Stories monster card I got back in 1961 at Ben Franklin, 5 and Dime in Park Ridge, Illinois. When my mom gave us each a nickel. We bought one pack of cards. This was the very first card at the top. It was the monster from Dinosaurus, the T-Rex. And it says, I brush twice a day. I remember, that was the first monster card I got. Yeah. So, you know, I just think that, but these are, I got these for like $1.50 each from collectors, you know, throughout the years. I mean, that's not the actual same card, but it's the same one. But, you know, because ours got flooded, you know, so I had to like rebuy them, you know. So, you know, okay, I've talked enough. We got to introduce a stinking movie. Oh, here's the flying saucer used in Dracula from Space. Okay, now this movie stars Bela Lugosi as Dr. Carruthers, Louise Curry as Billy Mason, and of course it's got Wallace Ford. No, excuse me. No, I'm thinking of Devil Bat. No, that's Devil Bat. I was watching that the other night on Horror Hotel with Lamia, the Queen of the Dark. No, I'm getting it mixed up with Devil Bat's like my favorite Bela Lugosi movie, and Return of the Vampire is actually my favorite. Devil Bat's second. Ape Man's up there. It's somewhere in the top 5. But Ape Man's a really fun to watch movie. I love the ape. It's Emil Van Horn in his greatest role ever as the ape. Yeah, I love that ape. I love this ape. Bela Lugosi plays Brewster, Dr. Brewster, James Brewster, and of course his mother is Minerva Uricall, the actress, who plays Agatha Brewster. Bela Lugosi is Dr. Brewster, and of course then there's Dr. George Randall, played by Henry Hall. Not Henry Hall, Werewolf of London, is Henry Hall, the guy with the glasses, tall guy. That, and then of course then you like Wallace Ford, you know, who was in the Mummy's hand. You know, he attacked, you know, and he was also in the Mummy's Tomb, which is a sequel to The Mummy's Hand, back in 1940, and Mummy's Tomb was 1942. And then which had Dick Foran in it too, but he's not in Ape Man though. And who else is in Ape Man? A bunch of other people, you know, like I said, Minerva Uricall, and Emil Van Horn is the ape. And it's directed by William One-Shot Bodine, who did a lot of Superman episodes and episodes of Lassie. But you know, Lassie makes me cry. He's a good dog, but I always cry, so I'd rather watch The Adventures of Superman. William One-Shot Bodine also directed The Boys from Brooklyn, also known as Bela Lugosi meets a Brooklyn Gorilla. Yeah, and so he directed that. And he gets stuff on the first take. They called him William One-Shot Bodine. And you know, it's kind of funny because in Devil Bat, which is another Bela Lugosi movie, that one guy that takes pictures, they call him One Shot. They call him One Shot McGuire. And he looks like Wallace Ford, but that's not him. But Wallace Ford is in The Ape Man. And Ralph Littlefield, who could forget Zippo? He's the guy that's always looking through the window like a peeping Tom. He goes, he's doing his deep breathing exercises. You'll see that coming up. He takes a deep breath when he's looking through the window. Looks like he's doing a hunchback. You know, so anyway, you know, Ralph Littlefield in this. And I know I'm holding this by hand. I just want to get the thing done, you know, because, I want to say, these are the Frankenstein gloves I wore that I made for my movie, Miss Frankenstein. And I wore this glove and I attacked Svengoolie. I had the glove on and I attacked Svengoolie for his scene in upcoming Miss Frankenstein. And here's the other one, you know, right there. I took green wash gloves and red magic marker and made stitches. You know, it's a low budget monster hand. These are the old ones I used for Frankenstein versus Saddam Hussein, my first movie. You can see it's like stuck together now. See, they lost their color. There's the scar. There's the fingernails. Use those in Frankenstein versus Saddam Hussein and Frankenstein meets John Payne Fake. You see, they're starting to tear up now. They're getting old. They're sticking together. You know, see, they stick together because of the dry rot. You know, the rubber melts. You know, those are original gloves that Mike Frankenstein Johnson wore in Frankenstein versus Saddam Hussein and Frankenstein meets John Payne Fake. Here's a pair of fangs I wore in my movie. Those are the fangs worn in Vampire Woman fangs for the trailer. Vampire Woman fang. That's fits for a trailer for Vamp that I used in my Vampire Woman DVD. And there's another pair of fangs I wore in my other movies. I think, yeah. And there's a witch bag right here, you know, that's like a witch. It's a bag, you can put treats in there, you know. And over here, there's all that's left of the Frankenstein I burned in Frankenstein stock. I use like a doll I used in Frankenstein stalks, if I can get it out of the bag right here. Yeah, get it out of the bag right here. There you go. But anyway, it's like a piece of dried up plastic. There we go. It's like, actually no, I was gonna use that, but I accidentally had it on pause when I was burning the doll. This doll was supposed to get killed in a Frankenstein movie for Frankenstein stalks, but I had it on pause instead of record. So anyway, so I wasted the doll. This was supposed to be Frankenstein, so I had to get another one, which wasn't as good. So, and then here's another giant bug right there. You know, these guys, giant insects, like a giant beetle. And, you know, and there's the bald head I wore as Professor Maxim in The Fishman. Okay, and there's a pin. It says Zachary for president. But we don't want Zachary for president. We want him showing monster movies. May he rest in peace. I met him twice. Nice man. And here we go. Tor for mayor of Yucca Flats. Or the beast of Yucca Flats. There's a business cards of mine right there. Me as a mummy. There's a potato gun. You know, potato gun. Just stick it in a potato and shoot it. More videos over there. There's a shock monster mask that made by Chuck Jarman from Bump in the Night production. There's You know, and there's the Frankenstein mask used for Miss Frankenstein, upcoming Miss Frankenstein. Yeah, Janet wore this. There's some of those toy cigarettes, you know, toy cigarettes right there. And I got more up here. There's more of them up there. You know, there's an old clock. There's the Dick Tracy Show. I used to watch this when I was a kid. The Dick Tracy Show with Jiu-Jitsu and Hemlock Holmes, you know. Hemlock Holmes calling Dick Tracy. And that's the Retouchables. Instead of the Untouchables, the Retouchables. Yeah. Good show. You know, that music goes. Boom, 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 boom. You know, Dick Tracy. The Dick Tracy Show. Here's the dinosaur woman mask. Right there. You know. Okay. There's the dinosaur egg. I got the egg down here somewhere. I don't know what happened to my dinosaur egg. Somebody took my dinosaur egg. There it is, right there. There's the dino egg. The dinosaur lays eggs like crazy. There's an ape man mask. That's another ape man. I used when I was a teenage gorilla. Oh, here we go. Here you go. That's something I autographed that to Ron Adams of the Monster Bash. That's my art, Horny Toad Monster. I drew that. This is wrestling at Soco Hall, Chicago All-Star Wrestling. And I was in this show. You can see my name down here, Dave Nelson. Dave the Rock Nelson takes on 3 men in a tug of war. I actually won it. Yeah, from WGN TV and Mancow, because I was on. That was recently. That was a couple years ago. Here's another Chicago All-Star Wrestling. Down here it says, Dave Rock Nelson in the 100 push-up challenge. I ended up doing 45 push-ups. Pretty good for, you know, age 59 and then. Now I'm 61. I can still do 50 or more. Russian step ladder challenge with Dave Rock Nelson. But you know, the thing is, I jumped out of the way before that guy jumped off the ladder. I jumped out of the way. I'm not going to get stepped on. They don't want me getting hurt. I got strong abs. I do sit-ups, but, you know, still I don't want somebody jumping on me. So there's a dinosaur woman art that I drew. Yeah. There's another dinosaur woman art I drew for the movie Dinosaur Woman. Dinosaur Woman, you know. And here's another, that's a nice bright green. Dinosaur Woman, yeah, I drew that in 94. And here's an autograph from you-know-who, Penny Dreadful. She's hot. She got nice legs, man. Yeah, she's got a nice body. Through the Rock, Hexo, you are excellent. Penny Dreadful, yeah. Yeah, that's... She's another ghoul fiend of mine. Yeah, I see her about once a year at the convention. But no, she's a nice girl, nice gal. And I was just kidding. No, I'm just friends with her. She's in my movies. She's a good girl, good person. And there's my Marine Corps blanket from the Marine Corps right here. See, there's my camouflage blanket there. Yeah, I got that when I was in the Marines. And here's a hat that I've worn in my dad's old hat. Vernon Nelson is his old hat right here for Detective Rock. Okay, I'm going to shut up now. One more thing. I want you to see this other Cyclops here. Look at that. Yeah. And there's like a two-headed dog right there. Yeah. Cyclops. More monster stuff. That's a Frankenstein that had candy in it. There's another Frankenstein. There's a Dracula coming out of a coffin. Yeah, these guys. There's like a bat lady, but she got wings. There's another one that's like a part snake. There's another one, a lady that's part crab. There's one that's like a part woman, part centipede there. There's one that's a spider. I got that at Uncle Fun. There's Bride of Frankenstein. You know, all kinds of Frankenstein stuff. Monster buddies, monster figures. You know, you got skulls over here. You got Frankenstein heads. You know, the Frankenstein from Burger King right there. They used to give those in Burger King. There's the mummy one. They had those in Burger King. There's a B-Fest 99 pass. You know, all kinds of stuff. There's a Saucer Man right there with the Medusa. That's his girlfriend. Yeah. There's the Cyclops right there, the Wolf Man. Okay. You've seen enough. There's a shrunken head creepy crawler. Okay, there's the dragon I made. My friends from the Mouse Club with the creepy crawler dragon machine. Pretty cool, huh? Yeah, that's good stuff. But you know, it's time to go. It's time to cut. One more thing I want to show you, though. Look, there is another skeleton in the pocket. I got that Uncle Fun. Here's a rubber stage brick that we threw at the werewolf in Werewolf vs. Dracula. And in here is a tooth right here. This is my tooth if I can get it open. Look, a real nasty looking tooth. Look at that thing, man. That's my tooth. Dr. B took that out. That's horrible. That's my real tooth. And I don't want to touch it because it's kind of gross. So you can see the roots all bad. They had to take that out. I got a toothache, man. Yeah, Dr. B, Dr. Bernarski took that out over there on what's the name? Archer Avenue. Okay, there you go. The Fury of the Wolf Man, Paul Nash. Yeah, I got that for like $2.99 in a bargain bin at Woolworth. Good movie. And there's a Svengoolie t-shirt. I watch him every Saturday night on MeTV. I think it's time to cut. There's a baseball bat I made my freshman year, sophomore year, Maine South High School. I did it on the lathe, you see. See, this is my bat. I wanted to be a pro baseball player, and I actually made the team, Little League team. And I was good in Farm League, but, you know, things changed. You know, then in high school, I kind of lost the desire. I was going to play baseball at Bible college, but one guy named Mark Astrowicz, they call him Astro, from Ohio. Where is he from? Somewhere in Ohio. But anyway, he, over there at Maranatha Bible College, Watertown, Wisconsin, he says, hey, you'd be good on the wrestling team. You'd be our 120 pounder. You know, so because they needed a 126 pounder, because he was a bantamweight. He was a 118, and they needed a 126 pounder. He says you'd be good on the team, and he kept talking. He'd get in line behind me in the chow hall, and he didn't give up. He says, oh, you got to come out for wrestling. We need a 126 pounder. You'd be good, because he looked at me. He could see I was in good shape, and I was a Marine. If it hadn't been for him doing that, I would have been out of shape. I would have got fat. I just wanted to be a preacher at that time. I wanted to get fat. I just wanted to eat. I didn't care about physical. I wanted to just take it easy. But thank God for Astrowitz. I stayed in shape my whole 4 or 5 years of Bible college. I worked out when I was home on break. I wrestled at Maine West with the Maine West Wrestlers. I had Caesar from the varsity team at Maine West back in like 1983. I had him on his back, man. I almost had him stuck. Coach Lombardi looks down. He goes, Caesar, what are you doing down there? Caesar was like the toughest guy on the team. He was the captain at Maine West, I think 82, 83. And I had him on his back, man. I have the experience. I'm older than him, you know. There's Conrad Brooks vs. Werewolf, one of my movies. And there's Miss Werewolf right there. I like a copy of Miss Werewolf. You know, you people got to buy my stinker. Here's my movie, Demon Monster from Outer Space. My favorite of all my movies. That's me. There's a Bigfoot Runs Amok. You saw that earlier. There's the Giant Fly, used in my Giant Fly movie. And Giant Fly 2. And then here is a master of Bigfoot Runs Amok master. Okay, and here's trailers for David Rock Nelson's movies, VHS, The Unknown Terror, you know. And then here you go, Hand of Death on DVD. Good movie. John Edgar's greatest role ever. Okay, I'm going to cut now. Now we're going to show the movie. Okay, now, you know, let's just sit back and watch this stinking movie now. It's time to show the movie now, you know. So, enjoy the Ape Man. Where's my Java at? Hey, Roxella, give me my Java. Okay, Rock. Thank you. And bring me my pizza. Okay, Rock. Thank you. Okay, we're waiting for the Java and pizza, and when we get back, we're going to show the Ape Man. Okay, I'm going to shut up now. Cut, that's perfect.